What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Thursday, December 31st. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, let's take a look at the point guard position. I like John Wall from the Houston Rockets playing the Sacramento Kings, who have the 12th worst defense overall, and they give up the 11th most fantasy points to opposing point guards. John Wall, he's been out for the start of the season, but he gets his first start tonight, projected at 42.2 fantasy points here tonight. That's 6 times value. He's 7,000 FanDuel salary and 100 more on DraftKings. Vegas thinks there's going to be 229 points scored in this game, so you got a high scoring game. So I like John Wall here versus the Sacramento Kings. Okay, let's take a look at the shooting guard position. I like Tyrese Halliburton from the Sacramento Kings playing the Houston Rockets, who have the absolute worst defense overall, and they give up the 4th most fantasy points to opposing shooting guards. Tyrese Halliburton has averaged 23.8 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 27 minutes per game with a 12% usage rate. He scored 33, 25, and 14 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 24, 26, and 26 minutes. He's projected at 26 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.3 times value. He's 4,900 FanDuel salary and the same price on DraftKings. So we know Vegas thinks this is going to be a high scoring game. 229 points scored in this game, so lots of fantasy points to go around. It's a fantastic matchup, so I like Tyrese Halliburton here versus the Houston Rockets. Okay, let's take a look at the small forward position. I like Joe Ingles from the Utah Jazz playing the Phoenix Suns, who have a good defense overall, and they've been good versus opposing small forwards. Joe Ingles has averaged 19.4 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 24 minutes per game with a 17% usage rate. Now, Joe Ingles is kind of a boom or bust player. So far this season, he scored 13, 9, and 36 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 20, 25, and 26 minutes. He's projected at 22.1 fantasy points here tonight. Now on FanDuel, that's only 4.6 times value because he's 4,800 FanDuel salary, but he's 500 less on DraftKings. So I like that DraftKings price. Vegas thinks there's going to be 218 points scored in this game. So I don't love playing Joe Ingles, but that DraftKings price looks pretty good for his potential 30 plus fantasy points. And on a small slate, it's kind of hard to find value. So I like Joe Ingles here versus the Phoenix Suns. Real quick guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, let's take a look at the power forward position. I'm going to give you a value play here. I like Jay Crowder from the Phoenix Suns playing the Utah Jazz, who have a good defense overall, and they've been good versus opposing power forwards, but Jay Crowder has averaged 22.4 fantasy points per game on the season, getting an average of 26 minutes per game with a 17% usage rate. He scored 28, 9, and 33 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 20, 25, and 32 minutes. He's projected at 22.1 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5 times value. He's $4,400 FanDuel salary and $600 more on DraftKings. So I like that FanDuel price. So my recommendation would be to play Jay Crowder on FanDuel and to play Joe Ingles on DraftKings. Now we know Vegas thinks there's going to be 218 points scored in this game, so I like Jay Crowder here versus the Utah Jazz. Okay, moving on to the center position. I like Steven Adams from the New Orleans Pelicans playing the Oklahoma City Thunder, who have the 8th worst defense overall, and they give up the 11th most fantasy points to opposing centers. Steven Adams has averaged 28.2 fantasy points per game on the season, playing an average of 29 minutes per game with an 11% usage rate. He scored 21, 26, and 25 fantasy points in the last 3 games, playing 23, 30, and 32 minutes. He's projected at 28 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.2 times value. He's $5,400 FanDuel salary and $300 more on DraftKings. Vegas thinks there's going to be 215 points scored in this game, so I like Steven Adams here versus the Oklahoma City Thunder.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smickety smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.